Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well and hope things are sorted out in your life. And if you're going through a breakup, you're able to manage it well and understand how things are, how you feel, and why you feel the way you feel, and make sense of it all. And not be so stressed and devastated to the point that you write me emails and you sound like the world has come to an end. And you're so disrespectful to the whole experience of life. Talk about suicide, killing yourself, you can't go on, there's no option, and all that, and so forth. And this is what I want to talk to you about this time. A little bit more serious than analyzing what we go through, how we feel when we go through a breakup, and so on. As I have done in over, I don't know, 450 or 500 videos that we now have on this channel. But I want to talk to you a little bit more in serious tone because I'm rather concerned about where is the logic of this expression of disappointment to the point that you want to kill yourself. What does that mean? Do you really mean what you say? Do you really know what it means when you say like that, something like that? Do you understand the magnitude of this opportunity that you have in this life, and what you say means that you have turned this whole magnificent opportunity of this journey of life into one simple lust or pleasure or opportunity to know a woman and be with her, and suddenly your whole life has been summed up, the whole worth of this whole existence of where you come from and what has been gone through to bring you to the level that you are today, and to raise you, to nourish you, to educate you, either your parents or yourself, you've brought, and you get to this level of existence with the experiences and knowledge and wisdom and hardships that you've gone through and experience you've gained, and you've summed it all up in a pleasure, in a desire to be with a woman, as if nothing else exists but you being between, you know, lost in between a desire of pleasure for being with someone. Can we talk about that a little bit? Because it's really so not you. Now think about the days that you've always been happy and full of hope, and the things that you wanted to accomplish. All of that. And think about the days that you were so little, so much wishes and hopes and dreams you had, the lovely experiences you had, how you grew up, the sacrifices that was made for you to become who you are. Maybe your parents went through so much hardship, days and nights of difficulty and discomfort that you had. Or maybe economics were difficult and they had to sacrifice so much to bring about nourishments and comfort and safety and security for you, to care for you. They put up with lots of things and difficulties and challenges. Your father had to work harder to bring the bread, to put it on the table. Your mother stayed up, listened to your cries, and consoled you, and helped you to regain your balance, comforted you, made you feel secure. All those hardships, the things that she did for you, cooked for you, prepared for you, cleaned for you, raised you, sent you to school, your father, your mother, all these challenges that they took upon, strengthened together, and focused and bringing you, raising you the way that it would be helpful to your future, the way that you could materialize your dream, you could realize your dreams and build a good life for yourself. All the things that they've done, all the things in this world, the ancestors and where they came from, and all the hardships and all the challenges, and to your parents, and they meet each other and they fall in love, and then you are born, and all the things that went through until you become to this point, and you want to sacrifice the whole thing just because you can't be between the legs of your woman, the girl that you love, the girl that you think is the summation and explanation of this whole existence in the universe. You have turned her into that. You have turned the pleasure that you receive from her into the worth and value and the reason for your existence. And if you can't have her, it means like none of that was sacrificed for you to be here. Whatever your ancestors did, whatever your parents did, whatever the hardship they took to raise you, none of that mattered. You just want to shit on all of that thing, and just because you can't be with that girl, you can't hold her hand, you can't kiss her, you can't be with her, you can't be between her legs, and suddenly nothing in this world worth anymore to you? Your parents' sacrifices not worth anything to you anymore? All the teacher that helped you to become how you have become, obviously you haven't become anything because you're so easily, readily, eagerly ready to end your life because you couldn't have something. Today is a girl, tomorrow is a job, the next day something else goes wrong with your life. So that's going to be your conditioning, your whole purpose, your whole ability to deal with life. That's going to be the secret weapon. Oh, I'm going to kill myself. I can't get it. I can't have that girl, and it should be mine. And I can't have that car, so I'm going to kill myself. I can't have that job, I kill myself. My son is not doing as good as I wanted him to do, or my daughter has not become the doctor that I expect her to be, so I'm going to kill myself. So everything for you is going to be about giving up and thinking your worth and value is in fulfilling a desire, whatever that may be, money, a house, travel, a position, a job, a girlfriend. This is disappointing, because that means you have not understood what life is all about. Life is not all about the pleasure you receive from being with your girlfriend, or a certain girl would like you and love you or want to stay with you for the rest of your life. In some parts they may, some parts they may not. It's part of your life. You may have everything going your way, and some other parts of your life things may not go anywhere near what you like it to be. You're supposed to focus on what it took for you to be where you are. Not that the value and worth of you is equal to if you can get this or not get that. If you can get it, great. If you can't get it, then you're going to kill yourself. How stupid can that be? Is that a equitable trade? That I can't get that, therefore I'm going to give up and destroy the whole existence of me, which for this, I want this on that and so forth. So if I'm not there, none of that matters. But I'm going to give this whole thing, existence of myself, up and terminate it because I can't get one of the fragments of the things that I may want to have in this life, where if I can't have that, I can easily replace it with something else, but I don't even want to make that effort. I just want to kill myself. So what are you really proving? That you're weak? Or do you think if you actually kill yourself, you're going to get what you can't get while you're alive? So you can't get it while you're alive because that person is not wise enough or intelligent enough or has high enough taste to want you, has a different plan for herself, and you can't get her, therefore you're going to kill yourself because you think what? When you kill yourself and you're no longer here, then you can get her and she would want you when you're dead? Is that what your motivation is? Well, if you're alive and there's any chance that you can do in the future, possibly either she would be interested in you again, or you would be able to somehow fulfill her expectations and suddenly, be blessed with her choosing you instead of being alive and at least having these chances? You think if you're not alive, not even in this world, then you have a better chance to actually fulfill what it is that you want to kill yourself for? I mean, does that make sense? What makes you think that if you kill yourself, then you will have what you want? You're here and you're alive and you have all the possibilities to get what you want or replace something that you cannot get with something similar or something better, which you can't know. It could even be far better. Maybe it's a blessing that you can't have this girl because something better is awaiting for you, but you can't see it. And when you can't see it and you don't have the patience and you don't want to wait for it, you just think, you should kill yourself. Why? Because if you kill yourself, then suddenly you will be with her. What's the logic of that killing? What's the benefit of it? What brings to you? Who convinced you that if you can't get it while you're alive, you will feel better and you will be able to get it if you're dead? What goes through your mind? Isn't it better to stick around and to build something out of yourself and to go and show that person, that girl that you want to kill yourself for, that how simply she lost her chance to be with you because you made something out of yourself? You're so productive in life. You become so successful. You're such a gentleman. You're such a good person. Or even you build something out of yourself and you actually replace her with some woman better, far better, more educated, more loving, prettier, lovelier, kinder, with better manners, more and better morals. And you can replace this that didn't want you with something better. Wouldn't that be better? But the whole thing is that you don't know what the future holds for you, but you're not even waiting to find out. It's like you're watching a movie, and in the movie it shows some scene that it went wrong, is not exactly as you hoped for, or it's not as pleasant as you would have hoped it would be, and you're not going to stick around to see what happens if it comes like that, or something better comes along in the movie story, and you just get up and walk out of the saloon, walk out of the theater. You're not going to wait. Why? Because you decided, I'm going to terminate. It didn't turn out the way it is. So if I walk out of the theater, then maybe a story will be better. Is that what you think? Because that's exactly what it means when you think about killing yourself. What does that do for you? If you're alive and you can't do something or you can't reach it at this moment, well, at least you're alive and you can reach it, and there are hopes that you can reach something better in the future, something different in the future. The possibility of it exists because all the elements to make things happen exist. You're there. You're alive. That's number one. Because if you're not there, nothing else is going to be having any possibility to take place. So if you're there and the possibilities exist to have something better or something different or replace it and see what the rest of the story of your life is, you think that if you terminate that, everything you wanted in life will automatically happen and you can feel better? You won't feel a thing. You're not there even. And you won't even see how sorry and sad the one who rejected you will be when you have made something wonderful out of yourself and out of your life, and a successful and happy family you will put together, and will be envy of all these people who somehow did not share your interest in yourself and did not choose you. Now, on the other hand, how can you disrespect all the sacrifices that went through to get you here where you are? We all know that when your mom and dad tried for procreation, there were like 300 million sperms produced. And out of that 300 million, you were the chosen one. You were the one who succeeded and won over all those other 300 million possibilities of sperms. So to begin with, you were the chosen one. You were the lucky ones. You were the most capable, most qualified of all that. And suddenly, with one turn and one, so to speak, difference of taste, that some girl didn't want you, you suddenly lost all that was given to you by the nature as a winner, as the luckiest one out of 300 million. And it only took one rejection to prove to you that you're not lucky. You're born into this world. 300 million other possibilities were sacrificed for you to be the one to come into this world. And you want to waste it all out and devalue it all out just because you can't be between some girl's legs? Is that really? Because that's what it comes to. It's the lust, it's the pleasure. You haven't married her, you haven't been with her, you don't know her, you love her and she doesn't love you, or you were together for a while as a boyfriend, girlfriend, now she doesn't want you, or you were married and she doesn't want you, and suddenly that is enough for you to be convinced that you're no good, nothing good is in this world, that all the sacrifices that was made for you to be here through the genes, the sperms, the opportunities, the hardship of the parents, ancestors, teachers, the money that was spent on you, the nourishment and the care, and all the things that were at work to bring you to where you are, none of that, suddenly all of that is of no value to you, because one person who herself is subject to all the other misfortunes and fortunes and challenges of the world and this journey of life, suddenly if she rejects you and you consider her what? The God? She's just like you, as needy and as fragile as you. She just doesn't want to be with you. That's her right. So big deal. And you have the right to go and find somebody else. And when you like somebody else, that means there's so many other people that you don't want. So should they go be killing themselves in case they like you or they want you? No. You have a different taste. You chose someone, and the others who are hoping for you to like them, they should find something else for themselves. So just the same way, if somebody doesn't like you, you're not supposed to think, well, that was the whole meaning of the world. She was holding the whole meaning of this existence, and if she doesn't want me, therefore the whole existence and experience of life is of no good. That's silly, isn't it? And if you choose some girl for yourself to get married, then all the other people that you didn't choose, they should go kill themselves because you don't want it. What's the difference and the effect of one person not liking the other person? So what? There's so many others that like you, so many others that you like. Respect the opinion of the person who doesn't want to be with you, and respect yourself that you can go on and find somebody better or somebody else that wants to be with you. Why would you ever want somebody who doesn't want to be with you? The first criteria of being and happy and wanting someone is wanting someone who wants you. If she doesn't want you, then she doesn't qualify to be liked by you or loved by you or to be wanted by you. You should have respect for yourself. And you should have respect for all the things that have been sacrificed for you to get where you are. And so please, don't simply come out and give this logic of there's no option. I have to kill myself. I can't live it. Why? All it is a pleasure that you think is the meaning of life. Because really, when you want someone, is it that that person is so wonderful, that makes you feel that she's so wonderful, that's why you desire her? Or is it your desire and the program that you have in your genes that you're supposed to be attracted to your opposite sex, to our relationship, to someone that you love? That's your program. So in other words, you see a girl, you're attracted to her. She hasn't done anything, you're just attracted because it's in your gene. It's not because she's so wonderful. You don't even know her. You see someone in the street, she's got nice clothes on, she looks pretty or the way you like her to be, and suddenly you're attracted. You think you're in love with her. But is that love? You don't even know her. It's lust. It's your program. So it's not her that is so wonderful that makes you really want her. It's the way you are supposed to be attracted to the gender that you're programmed to be attracted to. Now, whatever your relationship is, whatever, whoever you are watching this, turn this discussion to the type of relationship and the type of interest of the gender that you have. I'm only talking from boys' point of view, in this discussion. So you can change it if you're a girl or any other kind of relationship and interest you have, you switch it around to that kind, and then it would make sense to you, the same meaning. So, is it the apple that makes you feel hungry? Or is it the fact that you get hungry, you replenish the nourishments and the energy that you got from the nourishments that you received during yesterday or today, whatnot, and now it's time your system sensories tell you that you need more nourishment. So creates a hunger. So is it that program? Is it the hunger that makes you want to have an apple or something to eat? Or is it that apple that brings a hunger to you? If you're not hungry and they put the most delicious food in front of you, you don't have a desire for it. So it's not the food that really brings that desire to have food. It's your hunger that brings the desire to have food. It could be apple, could be something. So it's your programming to be attracted to the gender that you're programmed to be attracted to that makes you want this woman. It's not that woman. Often you will see a picture of a beautiful woman's, clothing or just part of her breast, and you don't even see her face. You don't even know her. It's just a picture in a magazine, and suddenly you feel like, oh, I'm in love. Or you see a pair of beautiful legs in high heels and walking, and you don't even see the rest of her. You say, oh, I'm in love. So is it that person? You don't even know her. It's a picture. Or is it the way you're programmed to desire and react to a female's presence, what is beautiful to you from a female's physical presentation? So you can see that this can go further into your relationships. It's not just the girl that is so amazingly godly that makes you feel the way you feel. It is the way you're programmed and your desires to be attracted to a woman that makes you think that that person who no longer wants you, or sometime you were together, is so wonderful. It's so amazing that you desire her. You desire her because that whole feeling of procreation, the whole program of procreation, the whole program of desiring intimacy with a woman is programmed into you. Not because necessarily she's all that. She could be nothing, but all you remember of is all the intimacy, pleasure, and wonderful feelings and good times. Because human being remembers all the good stuff and usually doesn't remember the pain and the bad stuff. Those things are quickly forgotten. If it wasn't like that, then a woman who give birth, which is tremendous pain, after that they don't remember it anymore, and they're willing to have another baby, even though it was such a painful experience. And people who have had kidney stone pain, which is one of the most excruciating pains in the world. And after that, they forget that and they continue on. They don't remember that pain. But all the good things that happens between two people in your life, you always remember that easier. The pain you forget. So the stuff that went wrong between you and that partner of yours, that girlfriend, you don't remember it so easily. That's why when you guys break up, you only remember the good stuff. And you think, oh, she was so wonderful, I want her, plus all the feelings of the pleasure, intimacy, and the sex and all that makes you, that you're programmed to want, confuses you, makes you feel like she was a god, that she had nothing wrong with her, that things were good between you two. Well, if it was good, why is it broken? And if it's broken, why should you want it back? And worst of all, why should you want to kill yourself? Because some girl doesn't want you. Well, go on, build yourself and look, open your eyes. There's so many other possibilities out there. After all, it is so unfair that you would actually, all the hardship that you went through, all the childhood, all the experiences, all the things that you had to go through and learn, and all the sacrifice that was made for you from your father, from your mother, from ancestors, from teachers, from everything else that was gathered around the whole universe, helped and cooperated for you to become who you are today, suddenly you sacrifice it all because one girl, some girl, somehow didn't want to be with you anymore. I mean, does that make sense? Your whole life is about the approval, affection of another girl, some girl, somewhere. Who is she? Who died and left the whole decision making of the worth and value of other human beings, including in this case yours, in her hands? That if she doesn't want you, then you should have no more hopes and the life is over. Nothing is there for you anymore in this life to experience and learn, and there is certainly no other beautiful woman or no other woman who would love you ever, just because this one didn't. What, is she the representation of the whole universe and opportunities in this life? No, it is your desire, your hunger for being attracted to a woman and your memories about her, all of that, and your desire to want to be with her, which is already in your genes, makes you think that she's all that. But she really is not. There's so many better ones out there, but you haven't met them yet. Just because you haven't met them yet and you only met this one, you think that's the only one that counts. No, the one that counts is the one who wants to stay with you and chooses you and wants to make something with you, seriously. And no matter how much you loved someone, if she's not staying with you, that's number one disqualifier. And no longer you should want her either. So please, get a hold of yourself and stop so easily. Throw this precious life that only comes along to only so many chosen ones who are on this earth right now. Don't throw it out so easily. Don't think of it so weakly, so simply, and throw it here and there just for lust or desire of some kind, or someone who you have chosen to make her to feel like if she's a god. She's not. Nobody's a god. Go on with your life and don't be disrespectful for this blessing of life that you have, and explore it to the limits. Learn what you want and be able to learn how to control and keep the balance of your life. You cannot control the events of life. You cannot control the flow of the waves of the ocean. You cannot control the movement of the wind who creates the waves of the ocean flowing. You cannot control any elements of life. You cannot control events of life. You cannot control the behavior and attitude and manners of other people. You cannot control almost anything in this life. But what you can do is to do your best to deal with the situation that you're facing with and to become a good, experienced, skillful captain to be able to keep the balance of your boat on this ocean of life, no matter what kind of wave it has, and to help it not to be capsized. That's control. That's the only way you can control life. Otherwise, you cannot control the waves of the ocean. You cannot control the storms or the tsunamis. But the only thing you can do is to control the balance of your ship and to be able to become a good, wise, skillful captain to keep your boat from capsizing. That's control. Otherwise, you can't have anything to do with how elements function, work, react, and act. But you can react in such a way that keeps the balance of your boat from capsizing. That's what you focus on, and be hopeful forever and ever, and never talk like that you want to kill yourself, because that never solves anything and it's never proven to do any good. All it does is just stops all the wonderful things that awaits you and is waiting for you to look at them, pursue them, and enjoy them, and they will all come. Be patient and be respectful to your life, and love yourself and love the ones who gave you these opportunities in this life. Hope that will be something for you to think about. And next time, never disrespect the most precious gift that have been given to you, which is this life and the hopes and the opportunities that are waiting you. And you just have to get out there, start walking forward to find them and explore them. Talk to you soon.
It may all seem like a mystery to you right now, but you can always go to my YouTube channel where you will find over 300 videos on this subject and more. You can find out exactly why you feel the way you do and why your thoughts are the way they're reacting, and the role of your psyche in all this. Plus, how to feel good again, become strong, and get your confidence back and ready to move on. And more importantly, how to move on. And you will certainly be fine once you know how your mind works, dear. If you still needed to talk to me one-on-one, that's always possible through my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. There you can book a Skype consultation time for us, and we can chat about what's concerning you. This is what I do with all people who need it from all around the world.